Welcome, GMAN Division 4A, to your first weekly recap. I am, as always, Gunnar Sign, joined by Lozra,
Hey,
who is currently in pain and out of painkillers, isn't that right?
no, I'd just taken ones that are 3 years out of date, and so I'm now out of painkillers, but I didn't realize that
You
until
actually took the
I'm
painkillers, which are 3 years out of date.
excited. Hopefully, it's no, it'll be fine, right? The painkillers. What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, I'd appreciate it if you don't, die on me. I'd have to look for a new recapper. Also, just don't drink any alcohol.
You know, I was planning on it. I was definitely going to shoot up 2 lines of coke as well.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, I don't know that useless.
Okay, let's go to the beginning here. Let's start. What are we even doing? Right, recap. One of these games isn't played because Coloradians hasn't even bothered to show up. Yay, happens. But we'll take a quick look at the results of last week. We go through these pretty quick because usually we don't watch most of these games, except for Andy's because he's a streamer.
Yep.
And we're just biased, aren't we?
Yep.
And yeah, when you don't watch the games, it's mostly just speculations about what happened, so there's no real point. Marry Me, Bloody Mary X versus the Cursed Cowboys.
Mhm.
What are we looking at? It's Chaos versus Dark Elves, and it's a tie.
I think Demi did pretty well to get a draw here. When you look at the team, like bare bones chaos versus a lot of stats and blodge dark elves. You just expect the dark elves to trounce them.
Yeah. There wasn't a bolt. Well, actually there was. Did it
Oh,
fail?
hold up. Dark elves had to throw passes to get the draw. There was a 12-meter pass, which that isn't the plan with dark elves.
I
To
mean,
throw
they're
a short pass.
elves.
Yeah, but their elves without any passing skills. Maybe it was on the edgy. Yeah, the completion was on the runner as well. So maybe I hate to say it, but maybe the dark elves got a bit lucky. Relying on an agi for short pass, which is a 3+ with no reroll.
Also, they made a loner reroll.
Yeah, that sounds like a desperate game. If you're loner rerolling.
Oh well, I guess, I mean, we can take a look at the game, but I'm not gonna, because that's too much time. So we'll move on, unless there's anything else.
Yeah, we're not fans of the big 2.5 hour mega recaps because we've got better places to.
Right. Rex Lupus loses against the two uncommons, so that's Necro versus Camry. It's always nice to see your boy Camry doing well, isn't it?
Yeah, man. You're the Camry. You're the bones.
33 versus 49 blocks, so that's a fair difference, but the Necro still got more removals.
Yeah, Claw Mighty Blow will do that.
Yeah, that's the Necro way, but yet they lost. Oh well.
It's 3 dirty. Any expulsions?
I can't.
Well, there's 3 dirty players working overtime.
One expulsion. Also, there was a bolt, which might have done a thing.
So yeah, bolt for the. Well, it'd have been a bolt for the Necro, and they still lost. So
Well,
riddle me that. No.
indeed. Both MVPs landed quite well, leveling two important players. So,
I'd say it was the perfect MVP. Apart from maybe King Tut getting a level would have been preferred, but they got a touchdown. Team Guardian touchdown alert.
oh hello.
The winning touchdown was on King Tut. There was no intercept. Amazing. Oh, I tell you what happened, right? It was a cage corner when they bolted the ball down, and King Tut caught it on a 6 and never looked back.
Ha!
Always picture it.
I can picture it. It's like I've seen the game. That's so good. I love that, but we'll have to move on. A 3-1. Now we're talking. Zos Zillahas, Hunger versus Face Planters. Poor Hyle's getting dunked on by Lizardmen.
Yep, that'll suck.
You played High Elf last season.
Yeah, and then I immediately switched to goblins. I was that bored.
High elves are the best team. It's just that people are too blinded by their greed.
We are. There's 4 level ups on this lizard team. That's one hell of a bit of SP.
Oh, well, that'll be exciting to look at later. Let's take a look at blocks. 36 blocks, resulting in a grand total of 7 removals. That's not too shabby. I can already see what happened here, I think.
Um, sorry, we're still looking at the lizard.
Nah, we're moving on. The Jogo Bonito against Chicago Bolsho. How high are you?
What are you talking about?
Okay. It is the Orcs versus the Kislev.
Yeah.
Oh god, it looks like the Kislev got bashed. I guess that's the Kislev life, though. Almost.
Well, we say they got bashed, but only 2 casualties.
Well, yeah, but 70 blocks for the Orcs, 5 KOs and 2 casualties.
70 blocks. That's a bit ridiculous.
It's a lot of blocks.
Yeah,
Especially compared to the Kislev, who got 14 blocks.
Right, that's confusing, right? Because if you're Kislev, right, if the Kislev had about 30 or 35 blocks, because that means that Kislev saw an opportunity, got loads of basing up done, and like basically scrummed for the ball and had to stand up all their players every time because they're like, if I don't, I give up all my pressure and they score. But only taking 14 blocks. So they must have just stood up and all got knocked down again.
Haven't you seen Kislev play? That's how they play. That's Kislev. They stand up and get knocked down.
Yeah, you're right. I don't watch many Kislev games.
Also, there was an Orc fouling game because he got expelled once. So.
Yeah, it was a Brive Stadium, isn't it? I think. Yeah, Rest Area Stadium. So there's always going to be a fouling game.
Yeah, awesome. Right, that was that game. We'll take a look at Xbox Noobs tying Exploding Skulls. Chorfs v Chorfs. I bet they got nothing done, did they? Yeah.
Oh, what? I casted this. I casted this
Oh,
one.
you casted this. That's
Yeah,
right. I
well,
watched some of that game, I think.
It was a chorf off. I got to the first half and decided to watch something else.
Ha ha!
I can't remember. Was it 0-0 at half time? The kick chorf did absolute work. Honestly, dude, it held up like it saved the drive for the exploding skulls.
I refuse to believe that.
No, honestly, right? So exploding skulls, I think they got blitzed or something. They were in a lot of trouble, and they needed to they needed to knock over the kick chorf, and they got like 3 blocks to do it. One of them was a dub skull, and the other were like pushes.
Ha!
So they stayed up, and the ball stayed up consequentially, and they were able to switch up the next turn even. It was great. They lost the strip ball hobo, but that's sort of by the by.
Alright, but I mean, the kick chorf didn't do good things because he was a kick chorf. It was because he was a chorf. So kick was basically useless no matter what.
I'm not going to call him guard hacked. I'm going to call him the kick chorf. 100%. Yeah, take kick on your chorfs, guys.
I take kick off on your chorf if you want to win the Super Bowl in style and get nominated for the I Did It My Way award. But don't do it if you want to win.
Well, I think the fact is we're just sort of running out of stuff to talk about because no chorf and it was the chorf off and we're all a bit disappointed.
Yeah. So that was that game. Sounds like a mess. Chorf offs, right? Lastly though, we have Andy's game. It is a Grave Tale versus the Cairnwood Wraiths. You watched this, didn't you? Buddy?
I was part of the first half. I'm trying to remember it now. It was a long time ago.
It was last. It was like, what, like 4 days ago?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Okay.
I think it was a bit of a. I think Andy sort of just put on a bit of a clinic. To be honest, I can't remember too much. I think it was. I think it was the Necros drive in the first half, and Andy turned them over. Yeah, it was 2-0 Andy by the time I tuned in on like turn 4. Stupid like that. Yeah, I remember it now. Yeah. So it was like one and done game. Three touchdowns, hat trick for Lady Killjoy, who is also the strength 6 Blackhawk on Zunk's team. So she's gotten really lucky on the like how they have their list of players that they
Yeah,
send to the team. She got really lucky twice. She's the pro movement up vampire and the strength 6 Blackhawk.
lucker.
It's good, but yeah, streamer dice, absolute dicing. Even though I didn't watch it.
Mm. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, look at this: 26 blocks versus 39 blocks, and Andy got only 2 less removals, like 7 removals in total. Obvious
Yeah,
streamer dice. I mean, no skill involved. Let's be honest.
streamer dice.exe activated.
No, but it looks like a very typical Andy game, winning 3-1 with 5 passes, 5 of them.
Pay attention. Have you seen Andy's curtains, dude?
His curtains?
Yeah. Oh my god, they are. They are a bit interesting on his like streaming. Next time you catch him streaming, just check out his background, dude. I'm lost for words, and I'm not often lost for words.
Okay, I mean, haven't watched Andy in a couple of weeks at this point, and I really should, because watching him is good, and then there's also vampires, so
I'm also recapping him for the third reason.
true. I'll take a look at his curtains then.
Dude, they're a bit silly.
Right, so that was last week's games. Let's take a look at development, if any. There's probably gonna be development, right?
Oxtree got like 4 levels in one game.
We'll start with Marry Me Bloody Mary X. Oh, they didn't take their level, it looks like.
Uh,
Boo indeed.
no,
It was on
no.
the double movement up. It's totally gonna be dodge, right?
Yeah, those are on a normal.
Yeah.
I think I would even skip a double for dodge on that piece. Really needs dodge.
Yeah, I'd probably skip a double too. Like, what are you gonna take? Mighty Blow? No.
I think so.
You want to dodge into, like, Sure Feet and Sprint as soon as possible, I'd say.
Yep, sounds sensible.
Then there's the MNG on the Agi 5, which is unfortunate for next game, but oh well. Let's take a look at the
Oh,
cursed.
that's
What?
a coordinates game. Think of it that way.
Yes. The Cursed Cowboys. Where are they? Here we go. Dimmy G's team. They got a level on Nate Champion. That's the tackle beastman. He gets block.
Cool.
Progress.
Only 11 more SPP and they're at Mighty Blow.
Yes. So good stuff indeed. Interesting to make a killer when going tackle my block first, but I mean to each their own.
He's got 2 on the go at once, hasn't he? He's got the block first one that's 4 SPP away from Mighty Blow, and then you've got the block tackle.
Yeah.
Thing is, right, this is my question. When are you ever blitzing with block tackle when you're not blitzed? Because you're either blitzing with claw mighty blow for damage, you're blitzing with wrestle tackle for sacking.
Well, it's
Like, when
if
you
the chaos. Maybe the Chaos Warrior is in a bad position.
Yeah, that's true. They are movement 5, I guess it is. But, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Then we have Rex Lupus. It's the Necro. Right? It's the Necro? It's the Necro! I was right. A level on the Mighty Blow Werewolf. No,
Got dodge.
that's the Kernwood raids. What am I doing? They have the same thing. We'll look at the symbol instead of the, Right. He got dodge indeed, which is kind of interesting. I expected tackle.
Yeah, me too. It's only actually 3. Feels like an odd.
I mean, that's one way to make sure he doesn't die preemptively. I mean, he still might, but it's less likely.
Yeah. I'm struggling to get my head around that one.
I guess he was thinking he already had a bunch of tackle, so...
Yeah, I suppose. Maybe they're making it. Maybe they'll give him sidestep, turn him into. They might think, oh, the Arenas does most of that job. Most of the people who I require tackle for already are a 7, so I don't need to. Because he's thinking the whites are gonna deal with the Agi teams in the Armour 7, and the Wolves are going to deal with the Bash.
Yeah, I guess.
So you don't necessarily need a tackle. So I see the logic there, ish.
Sure. Yeah, sure. I guess that works.
Like in an ideal world, he's hardly ever based, but I guess it's for those times where you do need to base him.
Yeah, when you frenzy trap yourself and you have to dodge out again.
Exactly. That was what I was saying politely.
Oh, sure. Tom Crassus Incipiens.
These are cool names, to be fair.
Yeah, these are all Latin. Hold up. Can I like remember my like Latin I had like 6 years ago for 3 months to like try and figure out what this means? Crassus, he was like an emperor, right?
I thought he was a general, but sure.
He was like a high whatever political guy, sure. Incipiens, I don't know what that means. Whatever, we'll move on. He got block, which is great for that reliability. So that's good stuff there. We'll move on to the Toot Uncommons. Oh, right, this was the MVP level on Disco Toot. He gets break tackle, really as expected. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good level.
yeah, as expected, I suppose.
Finally has a break tackle Tomb Guardian.
I guess you need one, and you might as well be the good one. Yeah. Cool.
Well, actually, I mean, stand firm would have been a good shout there too, but getting that break tackle is very nice.
I was thinking stand firm because if you roll a double at 76, then you get blodge firm.
True, but if you roll a double, you get dodge break tackle.
You get dodge break tackle. Best of both worlds. I see.
So yeah, go cage dive your Tomb Guardians.
If that's not a reference, I don't know what is. Apart from that, I don't see any change.
I don't either. Zosilaha Hunger. It's really difficult. Oh right, this is a team with like the 4 levels, huh?
Zotsilahas.
Zosilaha, that's probably it, huh? Way of the Fist. It is the block tackle Mighty Blow Saurus gets break tackle. Did I say break tackle twice? No, that's fine. He finally has a break tackle Saurus. That's a big boost, especially on a player as good as that.
Adds a lot to the team.
Then Montezuma gets guard, which very nice. And then he
I
takes.
I love this block guard. I think it's really good.
It is. Then he takes Mighty Blow first on Seaton, which I don't think I agree with. Mighty Blow first on Saurus is kind of a trap.
Right, I kind of do, right? Hear me out. He's the 6th Saurus, right? So you've got 5 other Saurus that are doing stuff more often than he is. Like, the most he's going to do is, like, be a cage corner, and then, like, occasionally, like, if you have to throw someone up against a zombie or something, that's the one you throw away. So Mighty Blow gets him to another level. I don't know. I'm trying to justify it, but the more I look at it, the more I think you're right, and that block was better there.
It just, yeah.
Because block will get you more removals on its own. I remember reading somewhere that block is better for removals than Mighty Blow on its own.
Yeah, in the beginning, I wouldn't be surprised.
Especially now that he's in a developed division where there'll be a lot more block kicking around. I guess if there's more block, he thinks there's more block kicking around. Like, block isn't as useful then.
What?
Because right, if you take block and everyone else has block, if you take Mighty Blow first and everyone else has block, then like.
Yeah, but then you want a 9 and you turn over.
Yeah, that's the trade-off, I guess. But if you're trying to get him SVP, you're not taking risky actions with them. You're taking end of turn actions where you're fine for a 1 in 9. I guess. Because I'm thinking prioritizing getting him to a level 3 as quickly as possible to get all your Saurus like similar levels. But that's correct. Maybe you build your Saurus a couple of tall, really good Saurus who you use a lot, and then the rest are like just getting what SPP they can. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a lizard coach. I probably should shut up.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We're not going anywhere. Right, so Tultuta, the skink, gets a level and it's a double. So now there's the obligatory large skink on this team too. It's a nice ball
Perfect.
carrier.
Excellent.
Indeed. So that is that. We'll take a look at the face planters. I missed them, didn't I? There we go. High elves. A death on one of their Lidos, as well as a level on their catcher. That level is very nice indeed. He gets a dodge. I like that a lot.
Great.
Looking decent. Looking decent indeed. Yeah, not too much else to mention there.
Mhm.
We'll take a look at the Jogo Bonito. Ooh, I already see an Agibust on my other screen there. Oh, well, it's on a black orc, so it's not really relevant. The strength
Yeah.
5 levels. He gets block, which is very nice indeed. More reliable. And his first guard, black orc, which is also great.
That is great. It's been a long season in Division 5, but we finally got to that level 3 Black Hole. Excellent stuff.
Very. That's great. Chicago Bolshoi got no development, so we'll jump straight to the Xbox noobs. Chorus got levels. Huzzah. Well, actually, whoops. It's one level, and it was on their guard hobgoblin, which means this is either dodge or block. Most likely block.
Super.
To some Chorf coaches, it is block no matter what, but I would consider dodge.
You're crazy like that, though.
I
You're the
like
short
dodge.
doesn't take piling on.
Oh, but they're good. They're
You're an
better.
alternative Chorf coach.
Speaking
You
of my
like
Chorf game, okay? Agi 5 actually paid off pretty good.
Nice. Good to hear.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Oh,
No, not
Rusted
Agi
Chain
5, but Movement 5.
indeed.
Hmm?
So much value. My Rusted Chainsaw paid off huge
Oh.
in my Goblin match. Such a good decision.
Mine
Do I
doesn't-
take I need an opinion. I have 100k and I'm going up against lizards. Do I take a Rusted Ball and Chain, or do I
Yes.
take two goblins?
Rostered ball and chain.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because then I can take Rusted Ball and Chain Fungus and two Trolls. That might be able to. Alright, cool. We got a plan.
Awesome.
Chorfs.
Chorfs.
We're done.
Well, actually, yeah, the Chorfs, they got their guard level, as we said. Exploding Skulls, which is the other Chorfs. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Here we go. They had their block, tackle, strip ball die, which is probably a good thing, because it was block, tackle, strip ball.
It trims off the TV a little bit, and it probably should have been Wrestle.
Yeah.
So, mistake deleted and forgotten about.
There's only one mistake left on this team. Not gonna mention names. We'll move on though.
Or the Mino?
Maybe.
Maybe.
A Grave Tale. It is Andy's team. They actually got nothing, which is shocking. Oh, and take a look at that. Kernwood Wraiths got nothing either. So that's cut short. That was a quick look at all the development and our opinions on it. Let's take a look at next week's games. First off, we have the Chicago Bolshoi versus the Tooth Uncommons, as I take a quick gulp.
So it's the opening with a loss and only taking 14 blocks and receiving 70. Kislev versus the Camry that I thought would win the division. So even though I think this is
So
easy
the Camry.
for Camry, I'm going to predict Camry.
Yeah, I think it's probably Camry, huh?
Yeah.
It's sort of like less one-sided than I think most of the Kislev matchups, just because Khemri is kind of
They're a lot more
vulnerable to
vulnerable,
sacks.
but judging on the very limited form book we have, I'm happy to still predict.
Yes, I'm probably also gonna go with the Khemri. In part to uphold the meme that I never predict Khemri to win. No, I mean Kislev.
Yeah, true. You really hate Kislev, don't you? And I hate them as well.
It's
But
not.
we gotta be,
Hate is a strong word. I just think they're really bad.
yeah, really bad.
Maybe that's because I lost my first play-ins game to Kislev.
That means you're bad, according to your
No,
own
it
logic.
was Hindus's like 2,100 team value Kislev that he made in one
What
season.
about the Play-ins?
What?
Was this old play-ins?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Bit
Okay.
before my time.
I'll never forgive Hindus for that, by the way. If he's watching for no reason whatsoever.
Hi, Hindus, how you doing?
Right, so we both predict Khemri there. Let's take a look at the Exploding Skulls versus the Cursed Cowboys. It's Chores versus Chaos. Oh goody.
Um, I will predict Chorfs.
I usually predict Chaos in these matchups because Chorfs early on at least struggle against higher team value, no, higher strength bash teams, but these Chorfs actually have a bit of guard as well as the Mino, which
Yeah,
makes me want to predict them too.
glad we're in agreement.
Yeah, keeps it a little bit boring, but it's okay. Chaos Chorfs there too. Cairnwood Wraith versus the Jolly Bean Jump Arounds. Am I crazy, or did we forget about the Jelly Bean Jump Arounds in the
Because they have a bye week.
the bye week? Oh, the MNG is gonna be back, all of them. But
So it's actually 5 Wolf and Co. versus 1300 Pro Elves.
I actually kind of want to say the Pro Elves because they're gonna have a wizard as well as that Agi 5.
There's 2 Tackle Mighty Blow, one of which is piling on.
Just follow the piling on.
And a Dirty Player as well. It'll be tough. It's tough, but I think I will predict the Elves.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Elves too. Like we're never this much in agreement. What is?
The update painkillers.
Yeah, it's the 3 years out of date painkillers. You're so high that you're thinking like me.
This is what you're like all the time.
Yes, that's my secret. I'm always on out of date painkillers.
You're up north.
Um. So yeah, back to the thing. We both predict Pro Elves. Very nice. We'll move on. A Grave Tale against Marry Me, Bloody Mary. The Dark Elves are missing one of their better players, and they're also facing Andy Davo. So I think I'm gonna go with Andy Davo.
Yep, I'm happy to go with Andy Davis as well.
Yeah, I don't think we need to explain ourselves too much there. Xbox Noobs versus Rex Lupus.
Hmm. I don't know.
I think I'm gonna go with the Chorfs here because this Necro team, although it has potential, I don't think it's quite there yet. Especially not against this much Claw Mighty Blow and strength.
It kicks off on Friday morning at 9 a.m. UK time. So if anyone wants to get on that, then fair enough. I'll predict UC because why not?
Who are you predicting?
Okay.
Necro. Okay.
True.
Sure, Necro. And Chorfs for me. Then lastly, we have the Jogo Bonito versus Zotzilahas. Is that right? I did it right. Zotzilahas Hunger. I mean, the Jogo Bonito is missing one of their more important players in this matchup. That is, of course, the Black Orc. And Zotzilahas Hunger got a bunch of good levels last game. So I think I'm going to go with them, actually.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Lizards as well. It should be a really close game though, because they're both solid coaches. Like, some good Blood Bowl. It's going to kick off Again on Friday at 7 p.m. my time.
Solid coaches with both good teams. It should be a good game.
Yeah, yeah, classic. Yeah,
Um,
slightly up on TV by about 110. Orcs with 150 in the bank. I mean, we might see a scummed wizard or something.
could be. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all, especially with the Agi 4 retrieval there.
I think this is definitely the game of the week.
I'd say so. That was all of the predictions, mainly because there's one bye week left.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching, everyone, and we will see you next week.